a doppelganger.
What's going on?
Today I just want to talk to you about this little fun video.
I don't know, I think everything is fucking fun.
This is a fun little video that I was guided to film for you all because some of you might be wondering about this. This is something that I channel, which is really fucking interesting, and I had heard this thing before where it says everyone has a twin, and it's just like a phrase. I don't even know where it came from, but I've actually heard that, and what it just means is that everyone, purportedly by this phrase, they have someone who is a twin to them that just looks like them. I think the way the phrase was intended was that everyone has like a twin that physically looks like them, even if they're not blood related, and or if that twin is on the other side of the world or whatever the case, right? This is something that I heard.
You might ask, you might wonder,
what the fuck does this have to do with glitches in the matrix and parallel timelines and right? It's not that everyone has a twin, it's just that,
And this is what I'm channeling.
at a certain point someone will notice glitches in the matrix, and a lot of times a twin will trigger that.
I don't necessarily think that this phrase is true.
When people say that everyone has a twin, everyone has someone that looks like them, blah 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 blah, what I really think that derived from was someone who witnessed a glitch in the matrix called a doppelganger. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, okay? I just say doppelganger because
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
what it's, I believe, referring to a doppelganger is a glitch in the matrix.
Fuck yes, man. Just channel this man. Get out of here, Luke.
When everyone has a twin that came from, they're talking about the doppelganger, and the doppelganger is a byproduct of a glitch in the matrix. And the glitch in the matrix, we know that we are living in the 3D holographic reality of the matrix. So sometimes, you know, it's a high-tech virtual reality. Sometimes if you're listening to a YouTube video, it like skips for a minute, it glitches, and you know, it continues to play like nothing happened, right? So think of that on a level of like that glitch is happening in real time in the 3D fucking, and things you could see, things in tangible fucking form in the 3D or fucking matrix. My story time is that I was 17. I remember that exactly because I remember my fucking hairstyle. I had this hairstyle that was nothing like my hair now. It was like a kind of a long bob, and it was like curled, like flipped under, and I would slick one side back, like so that it looked like one of my eyes was covered, almost like
Doing a Illuminati one-eyed shit back when I was 17, man.
it was more like, it was such a unique hairstyle that it wasn't common. It was for like a year, around the time I was 17, I told you, and I had that hairstyle, and every time I would walk around like this specific neighborhood, okay, this specific neighborhood, it was like I would just...
What the fuck are you doing when you're 17? You're just out in the streets or doing some shit, right?
Whatever. So every time I walk around this neighborhood, and this happened at least 5 times to a point, and at different times a day, you know, I'd be wearing like different clothes. It was just weird, and because it was different motherfuckers too. But watch, I would walk around, whenever, go meet up with a friend, whatever the fuck I was doing, okay? This specific neighborhood, like motherfuckers would come up to me, like random people, and people that didn't even, like would not even be like connotated to each other, whoever it was, right? Different people would come up to me, okay, and they'd be like, and they would just come up to me, like, or start walking like next to me, like,
Maria?
and I would keep walking because, you know, I'm on my fucking business. I probably had headphones on, I wasn't paying attention. Then they're like,
Maria.
I'm like, huh? So then, like, I would stop, and they would, like, they thought I was this person. Different motherfuckers, mind you, different motherfuckers. And none of them were, like, you know, they were all very friendly, but they come up to me and be like, and I'd be like, what the fuck? And like,
Maria?
yo, and like I would look at them and I'm like, no, and they're like, oh, I thought you were Maria. And I'm like, wait, what? And it was like one time, okay, so one time that happens, fine. It happened again another time, and it was a different, right, like I said, it's a different motherfucker every time this happens. And I'm like,
what?
I'm like, that's really weird. And bro, it was happening like for, I'd say, like for about like a year. For about a year. I don't remember exactly because time doesn't exist. But I do remember the time frame because, like I said, my hair was unique. Like no one else even had that stuff. Like so...
And I'm not fucking blowing myself up. Like oh, I'm so different even though I'm hearing this dominant.
It wasn't like I was walking around, you know, with just like a bun and the same outfit every day. Do you see what I'm saying? Because then that'd be more logical, right? But it was a very specific, unique hairstyle that, like, it wasn't like like an everyday hairstyle, but I used to wear it every day because
Fucking pimp.
I was like, wait a second. I'm like, so there's someone named Maria that looks like me. Like, it was weird. Like, I didn't know what to think because it happens like enough times, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't know anyone named Maria. Okay, I had no clue. And if I did, they did not look like me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't mistake so and so for me. Like, there'd be no way. Okay, and it just was different individuals, and they were just their energy when they came up to me was not, you know, it was just like, oh hi, and like, oh
Maria?
like just very friendly, and it was fucking weird. And I just remember that I'm like, this story is gonna come in handy at a certain point.
So here the fuck is.
I don't know if I ever told anyone that in real life, but that's what was going on with me when I was 17. I walk around and there was like glitches in the matrix, and someone purportedly looked like me, which I still to this day don't even know if that was a real motherfucker. That's why I can say I can personally attest to things like doppelgangers. Not that I ever saw this quote doppelganger, but there's too much of that to be like a coincidence.
There are no coincidences.
But you know what? Was that a doppelganger? Here's my take on it. So what I saw that as, those shenanigans, was that they were glitches in the matrix, and obviously I noticed it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was weird. So I was meant in this timeline, right, to carry that memory with me, that I noticed that maybe as proof of glitches in the matrix, that maybe I manifested, right, from even my now self. Maybe my now self manifested those glitches in the matrix when I was 17 to come back so I could have something to talk about now. Like, who knows? With the doppelgangers, there are glitches in the matrix, and they as well can be, because remember, glitches in the matrix and parallel timelines are programmed into the matrix. If two timelines collide, if they're not supposed to, that's parallel timelines colliding, because essentially you are breaking the matrix, right? When you're making them collide, you're like maneuvering the video game to work for you. With these glitch in the matrix things, that can show you into parallel timelines, because there are different timelines that you can maneuver yourself to intersect, and it's every timeline that you can possibly see. When a glitch in the matrix like that happens, it doesn't necessarily mean that there was someone else that looked exactly like you in a humanoid vessel. No, it could just be a glitch in the matrix that was meant to be brought to your attention so that you can see that there really is a matrix, because that's why I carried that story with me to this day to explain, give it as a fucking example, the parable of the fucking
Maria.
whatever that was. There was like something that occurred to bring to my attention the weirdness of it, and then now that is me describing my personal experience of a glitch in the matrix. I'm sure some of you might have personal experiences where you notice the glitches in the matrix, which would pique your interest so that you know that it really is just a matrix that we are constructing, because there are glitches, just like there could be a glitch in any type of computer, electronic thing, video game. You might have a personal experience where there was like a glitch in the matrix, maybe not necessarily a doppelganger like I said, but those typically do happen with glitches in the matrix. Maybe you have a different experience where you notice a glitch in the matrix. Definitely your experience is valid as well. It was enough to stick with me so that I can sit and tell you that yes, my experience with glitch in the matrix is valid, and it is real, and it is something that occurs, but it doesn't mean your experience is going to be exactly like mine, or your experience was exactly like mine. So if you know that you experienced a glitch in the matrix, yes you, then you fucking have.
Don't let no motherfucker tell you otherwise.
Alright y'all, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful stroll. I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. We will chit chat again soon.